Given my experience in Zimbabwe, I think the obstacles range from a lack of paradigm shift on the basis that what is an election? Some people think that an election is to confirm people who are already the incumbents, rather than to give the people the right to choose. So you start having institutionalized interference with the people's right to choose. Coercion, intimidation, violence, intolerance. You have the fraudulent nature of the administrative mechanism of an election, the voter's role, just the capacity to run an election in a free and fair manner. The use of state organs to interfere with the electoral process, where you have got intelligence, police, all part of a system to affect the free expression of the people. Then you have the media, state-sponsored media, which instead of give people the alternative views, actually goes on a propaganda crusade against other participants in an election. The result is that all these activities undermine the confidence in the electoral process. So we've had these experiences in Zimbabwe, but I am sure that you could literally point each African state as almost a case study of how elections should not be conducted. I think there is a basis for the institutional capacity. The electoral commissions we have in Africa lack resources. Things are done in a shoddy way. There's no training. There's no technical support. And the people who are chosen are partisan to start off with. So I think that there is a lot first at a global level to have an understanding what an election means and what are those standards. But it doesn't help matters if incidences of unfair electoral practice are also revealed in the advanced countries. So people are easily able to point out that, but if it can be done in the United States, why should you want to have standards here in Africa, of all places? Then you have got definitely a geographical sparse. The rural areas. Some of the areas are inaccessible, and the transfer of the voting, total ignorance about what an election is all about, given the level of illiteracy. I think there's been a perception and a distortion of what is the cause of the crisis in Zimbabwe. It is not a race issue. It is no longer a colonial issue. It is a misgovernance. It is a governance crisis that we face, with all its manifestations of breakdown of the rule of law, selective application of the law, the question of the independence of the judiciary, the question of free media. That is the crisis and the root cause of the Zimbabwean crisis. And the refusal to accept that the people of Zimbabwe have the independence to choose their leaders. Because some people believe they have a divine right, because they participated in the liberation struggle, they have a divine right to rule forever and ever and ever. So I think that people need to understand the crisis, the corruption that is there, the creation of a small elite at the expense of everyone else.